Kingdom of Eswatini over 2 years ago. Former Member of Parliament Mduduzi Similani has now been granted asylum in the UK. Similani, a pivotal figure in the unrest in Eswatini, sparked by demands for democratic reforms in the landlocked monarchy, has been in hiding since he heard that a warrant of arrest had been issued against him by King Mswati. However, Eswatini government spokesperson Sabelo Dlamini denied that the arrest of MPs were ordered by Mswati. Meanwhile, back in his home country, civil groups and citizens are still pushing for change, and there is pressure to conform to a repressive political system that has led to many having been in poverty. The groups are calling on South African President Cyril Ramaphosa to intervene. And to talk about this, I've been joined on the news by Mduduzi Similani, President of Swalimo. Good morning from here. Glad to have you join me.
Good morning. How are you? I'm fine.
All right. How has it been for you since you have been in hiding for this long? And how do you feel about, being granted asylum in the UK?
Yeah, my sister, it has been a terrible 3 years. You will remember that I'm a passionate gospel artist who was always with his people every weekend. And I'm a passionate philanthropist who has been helping his people back home. So being away for these 3 years has been one of the most painful times in my life. However, I will also want to take this time, based on your question, and say there are no amount of words I can have to salute the Brits for making this historic decision to grant me the asylum here. I can also say that this is not victory for Mduduzi, but it is victory for the peace and democracy people of my motherland. Yeah, having said that, I do see that this has given the government back home the worst nightmare, as they keep threatening of extradition and kind of stuff. One would really love to say they're just daydreaming, and I salute the people of Britain for granting me this asylum.
Mduduzi, how has your experience shaped your perspective on activism and also human rights in Eswatini?
You see, I have grown to see that Martin Luther was right when he said, you've never found what you live for if you have never discovered that which is worth dying for. I'm no more the same person. I have been an activist back then, but the experience I've had, the torture I've faced, has sharpened and strengthened my zeal for change in my motherland.
Well, but you are in the UK. I mean, how do you plan to continue fighting for Eswatini, for the people, where you are in the UK?
I'm very much glad that I'm standing on shoulders of giants like Oliver Tambo, who were able to wage in the struggle for South Africa based in UK. It is not an easy task, of course, because for most things to happen smoothly, you need to be closer to your people and work together. The aspect of distance is really a challenge, but it is the challenge that is giving me more strength to work for our people. But I can also safely say that this state of being here has given me a chance to strengthen our international solidarity. It has given me a chance to move from corridor to corridor and explain the pain of our people back home and the thirst for change, political reforms in Swaziland.
How about for other activists? I mean, what message do you have for them, for those like you facing persecution in Eswatini?
Yeah, once again, I will refer to our ancestral revolutionary leader by the name of Oliver Tambo. He says, when times are as tough as now, you must look back and think of why you got here. As I speak to you today, hospitals, the health center is collapsed in Swaziland. As I speak to you today, we have got news that lecturers of our first university have not been paid. As I speak to you today, worse and worse is happening in Swaziland when there is a family that has ordained itself to be the father, meaning where on earth would you have in this 21st century, one family appointing a head of a government. So I'm saying to our people, they must look back on why we got here. And the moment they look back and understand why we got here, they will find the strength to keep fighting and pushing hard and organizing, because no night has ever been too long such that the sun never rises. So they must keep organizing on the ground. And myself from this side, I'll be pushing hard. They must know we are always on our feet and we're always pushing hard.
And that's the most we can take. Thank you so much for your time. Mduduzi Similani, thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro accuses United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights Office of espionage and conspiracy. The accusations come after the government suspended the office's activities last week and expelled its personnel from the country. The Venezuelan president also threatened ExxonMobil over Guyana.
Y de repente esa oficina se desvió de ser una oficina de asesoría técnica que debe respetar las instituciones y más bien es asesorar las reformas legales que el país necesita, asesorar las instituciones para que mejoren. De repente se transformó en una oficina de espionaje interno, la gota que rebosó el vaso después de tanto hablar, de tanta paciencia, fue un caso reciente con una persona involucrada en estas labores de espionaje, de conspiración.
And that's all on the news at this hour. Send your eyewitness report to the WhatsApp number on the screen and follow us on social media. We are at News Central TV. You can watch us live on DSTV, channel 422, Star Times, channel 274, Avo TV, and YouTube. Many thanks for watching. I am Adebola Adeduba.